If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Sort of like sunk in, like, dude, tonight really isn't our night. Like, was there just a moment where you're like, this, I don't know what happened, but this isn't our night?
I just kind of could tell, like, that first missed field goal, like, the offense drove down, but then that first, like, a chip shot for Billy, you know what I'm saying? But I know Billy's hurt right now, so, okay, he missed the field goal, but, like, okay, like, maybe it's just going to be one of those nights.
Yeah, right?
And then it just kept snowballing from there, you know, but there's no telling in the NFL what's going to happen. You know, we had a good week of practice just like we did the week before and just like we do every week. And just the way that things are lined up, you know, the Colts won a football game and Tim Tebow lost a football game. It's like just one of those nights, you know.
Art, what did you learn from yesterday's game? This is always what we always talk about. What did you learn from yesterday's game about yourself and your team that you know you guys will be better for when you play the Cleveland Browns on Saturday?
Oh, man, what I learned from those games, it was really humbling for me. You know, what I learned from the game is those guys get paychecks too, no matter, despite their record. You know, it's still NFL and it's still a top team, and you know, it was definitely a check for us, and you know, it kind of helped me go forward. You know, to get ready for this next team. You know, with a more chip on our shoulder. You know, it's a one-game season, like I said before, and you know, the ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl this year. You know, and I'd rather it happen now to us lose a game than playoffs when we could say would have had, should have had. You know, so hopefully we got that on our system, and we're gonna move forward and, you know, give it 100%.
Well, you just talked about moving forward. The fact that you have a short week, you're coming home, and you're playing the Cleveland Browns, a divisional opponent who you're familiar with. Do you like that scenario, being able to put this game behind you, and then you can get right back on the practice field? Short week for everyone. I mean, it's no disadvantage there, but you're going against an opponent you're very familiar with.
Yeah, I like it better that we're playing the Browns this week. You know, a team that we handled at Cleveland, and we handled them pretty well in Cleveland. So just coming home, we play even better ball at home. So we already, you know, we just played them a few weeks ago, so they're still relatively fresh in our heads. The game plan will be the same, and we'll be able to get after them just like we did in Cleveland. But, you know, we'll have the M&T crowd behind us, and then follow that up with, we'll have an extra day to prepare for Cincy. So I'd rather, you know, instead of having a tougher opponent, I'd rather have an easy opponent, get that good feeling back, get our mojo back a little bit, and then go into Cincy and then battle it out for the last game of the year.
He is Brendan Imadejo. He's your host here from Monday Night Live, joined by Arthur Jones out here at High Top's Backstage Grill in Timonium. Guys, let's have a little bit of fun for a second. So, B.A., I know you're a big fan of mixed martial arts. You are a big fan. Art is a wrestler. Art's brother is a mixed martial artist. These are fighters. You guys ever locked up at all? I know Art was in there fighting with Kelly Gregg last year.
He doesn't want any.
You guys ever, you know, maybe locked up, just see about grappling, anything like that?
Nah, because it's like he's got me by like 100 pounds, so.
He got me a muscle though, so.
Yeah, and aren't you quicker? Shouldn't that be your advantage?
No, I mean, really it's not, but I mean, he's a really skilled wrestler, and, you know, potentially he wants to do MMA after his career's over. So his brother's probably the greatest fighter to ever, the greatest MMA fighter to ever walk the planet of Earth. Right? So, I mean, it's just in their DNA. They're just fighters. So, I mean, Art, if me and Art have a problem, we're gonna have to hug it out. We're gonna have to talk it out. We're gonna have to go to therapy or something. But fight it out, nah, I'll pass.
I don't think I've ever asked you this, Art, to give me like a truthful answer. So this is your little brother. He's become world famous, and I know you're super happy for him. I know that you are like the biggest proud older brother.
Art still thinks he can beat him up.
Yeah.
Art still thinks in his head that he can beat him up.
I've never lost a fight. I'm the older brother. I've instilled into him at a very, very young age that he couldn't beat me, and yeah, we can call him right now. He'll tell you the same thing.
Now the question is, when was the last time you fought him?
Oh, this summer, this off season.
All right.
We're in Bahamas, and you know, we're having a little fun at the bar scene, and we got into something silly, and you know,
I'm sure that's the first time that's ever happened in your family.
And you left the bar just like Machida left the ring. Asleep.
All right, but the important question, and you have to be honest with me, do you have even a little bit, knowing he's your little brother, is there even like a little bit of a jealous bone in your body where you're like, oh man, everybody on the planet knows? I mean, is there a little bit of a...
No, I love it. I love it. You know, he's on that A-list. You know, I meet a lot of people through him. You know, I met a lot of famous people through him. So you know, I'm living in his shadow, and I'm taking care of business on my end too. So it's a unique thing, and I'm loving it.
I think I've asked you before, like when you guys compete in other things, like when you play video games against each other.
We compete for everything. In our house, it's always been like that. You know, for the last cookie, whatever it is, video game. You know, we'll slap one to slap the other. We're always competing. That's how we're raised, and I think that's what makes us such a great athletes. You know, we're always striving to be better than each other. You know, it's like a great competition in a positive way.
Were you and Femi the same way growing up? Did you?
Absolutely. Fight for everything. If it was TV, whoever had the remote, shotgun, like Art said, the last cookie, or it was even if one M&M was left, it was about to be a damn fight for one M&M. So
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a fight this weekend. All my family's gonna be up here, and my little brother too. It's gonna be a great opportunity for the holidays. Everyone coming home, and I'm pretty sure 3 or 4 days together, it's gonna be a fight over something. I'm ready. They're in my house, so you know.
Are you? Wait, hang on, because you were telling me before the show started about the sleeping arrangements in your house this weekend.
Yeah.
So you're not sticking him on an air mattress, are you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're gonna say to the light heavyweight champion of the world, dude, while you're in my house, you sleep on an air mattress.
I'm the champion in this house.
Yeah, he's still my little brother, you know.
Right. You had a lot of family out in California this weekend, BA. You were in Southern California. I know you had a lot of guys. How much? You tweeted out the number of how much you spent on tickets. Share that. How much money did you spend on football tickets this weekend?
like it's funny because like half of my friends told me like, oh, I got you. I'm gonna pay for my tickets
Right.
this year. Like we're in our 30s. They all have jobs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like
Right.
it's not like we're all 23 and I'm in the
They could pay
league.
for a
and-
ticket if they had.
Yeah, so I bought 29 tickets, and like half of them said, "Oh, I'm gonna pay for my tickets or whatever." I got $100, so it's $100 a ticket. I paid $2,800.
Oh, well, that works out. The math makes sense there. That's normally what it is.
But I thought it was only $1,600 because all these other people said they were gonna pay. You know, 13 people. They're like, "Oh, thanks. See you later."
Right.
I was like, "All right, cool." Got our ass kicked. Had to pay for tickets.
It's a hell of a weekend in San Diego for you.
Yeah.
Did you at least get like some good Mexican food while you were there?
Honestly, I went to this Mexican spot that my brother took me to, and it wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be.
Really?
And the whole time we're sitting there eating, he's like, "Oh, we should have went to the place next to the hotel." and we went like to like Old Town San Diego, and it was like 20 minutes away. We had to drive and stuff, and there was a really good place right next to the hotel. He's like, "Oh, we should have went right next to the hotel," and it would have been a lot better. So I was kind of bummed out. So I guess we're just gonna have to go back there. If it's playoffs, we'll have to go back there. If we have to go, no, we'll never have to go in San Diego, but I guess I'll go in the off season after we win the Super Bowl.
Oh, I like that. I like everything about that. All right, I'm going to dance around this question the best way I can because
Don't do
BA
it.
will tell you, I'm not going to get either one of you guys in trouble. It's never my goal. The Chargers' offensive line looked like it was being a little extra aggressive last night. And I'm not going to ask you to say anything about the officiating, but could you confirm that they were a little bit more aggressive in the way that they blocked you guys than maybe you'd be used to?
Yeah, you know, we had one of our own over there, Jared Gaither, and I had never had the opportunity to go against him in practice, but you know, other guys like Chloe Nada and other D linemen tell me when he played here, he was never that edgy, and that's something that he has brought his game level to, and I guess that's something that their coach over there teaches him, and you know, it helps out. He's playing really well this year. You know, we watched him on film, and our coaches really had nothing bad to say about him, and their offensive line did a really good job of blocking us and scheming. You know, the three got doubled a lot, so you know, I can't say anything bad about them. They were the better team, you know, and you know, nothing I can say.
And BA, I hate to keep making you guys say nice things, but your former teammate Antoine Barnes, a guy that you were around as a linebacker, boy, this was, I mean, he's had a good season, but clearly it was a breakout performance for him last night as a guy that you were involved with every day in practice.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought he was a phenomenal player, a great athlete. You know, it's just the thing with the Ravens is that they just questioned his motor sometimes, and they didn't like the way that his speed in practice and whatnot. But when it came to game time, he played hard, but he was kind of small for one of our outside backers to play that spot. You know, like he's not Sizzle size, he's not Double J size, or he's not Paul Kruger size. So he kind of didn't fit with the way that I guess Raven football, but he fits right in San Diego. He had 4 sacks last night, or 3 sacks, I don't know. But he balled out. He's having a good year, and he really fits in their defensive scheme. So he's an NFL caliber. He's a good player in the NFL. He didn't fit with the Ravens, and he went somewhere else where he can eat and make a name for himself.
I was hoping that you were going to take credit for all of his success. I was hoping that you were going to say, everything Antoine Barnes does, he learned from me.
Nah. I wish I was that good.
All right, fair enough. Hey, everybody give it up for Brendan Imadejo and Arthur Jones.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.